Hey everybody, this is Brent back with another edition of Near Mint Musings. And today I'm going to pose the question to you and then give you my opinion, as very humble as it may be. What is the most influential and most game changing band and the most influential and game changing card product? I'm going to correlate the two, and this is timely, unfortunately timely, because last week we lost a pioneer. This is a fun little gummy arts card that I got of KRAFTWERK. And the gentleman on the top left corner, Florian Schneider, passed away last week, one of the two founding members of the extremely influential band Kraftwerk. Now, Kraftwerk is one of those bands that, as you hear them in the background here, this is the track The Robots from the, believe it or not, 1978 album Man Machine. One of the most influential bands of all time. Obviously, electronic music, EDM, synthwave, new wave, techno would not be the same if it were not for them. Neither would hip hop or rap music. They were by far, especially in the beginning stages of hip hop in the early 80s, heavily sampled and mixed from artists from Africa Bambaataa to artists like David Bowie, who in the late 70s was extremely influenced and impressed and just amazed by what Kraftwerk was doing with synthesizers. They were game changers. So much of the music that I love and adore would not have happened if not for Kraftwerk. They were never, ever pop hit making machine. They laid the groundwork. They laid the foundation. They laid the roadmap for other bands to take and follow and to build on their expertise and their experimentation and their technical craft. Depeche Mode, Gary Newman, New Order, so on and so forth, to bands that we hear today that sample them still, that took what they did and built upon it. So I firmly believe they are one of the most influential bands of all time. So how does that correlate with sports cards? Well, in a video I made a little over a month ago, I talked about 1990, 1991 SKYBOX. We here see Michael Jordan. This was a card set that really took card making in a totally different direction. Before this set, the backgrounds were either obvious game situation cards. Again, I'll show you this one just because I have it nearby. It's in-game shots, right? Just have Dale Ellis. This is the same year that this SKYBOX card came out. And this is what we're used to, right? We weren't used to seeing these digital images in the background, these computer graphics that were behind the players, the streaks of the ball, just amazing stuff, right? And before this, you'd see some cards where they had like solid backgrounds, even as far back as, in the late 50s and the 60s. They would just have a solid red, green, blue background with a player's face superimposed on it, but nothing like this. And this set truly led the way for the cards to follow that we so much love and adore. The inserts, the refractors, the superfractors, what you name it, the atomic refractors, the prisms, the foils, anything like that. Even though this is plain cardboard, the foundation was laid, I believe, by 1990, 1991 SKYBOX, not just for basketball cards, but for all sports. So I pay homage to SKYBOX, the KRAFTWERK of the sporting card industry. So we're going to open up a couple packs while we're on here. This is Series 1 of the 1990-1991 SKYBOX. So I would love to hear your thoughts. As many of you, if you know me, you know how passionate I am about music. And obviously, I'm making videos about baseball cards and basketball cards, so there's my passion as well. But I would love to hear your comments. What do you think is the most influential card? What changed the game? What band is the most influential band of all time, in your opinion? I could sit here and talk about music all day and all night. You know this. But I would love to hear what you think. Now it's time for a little Africa Bombada. You're going to recognize the sounds here in a moment of KRAFTWERK in the background. Jerome Kersey. Look at that. Just look at that, the artistry behind him. Ignore the short shorts. And here's the thing they did too. The backs. The photographs in the back are fantastic as well. And that shouldn't be understated. A lot of the pictures they did. Okay, here's a great example. And yes, it's Will Perdue, which we've seen many times. Listen to that music. That's KRAFTWERK, y'all. Here's Will Perdue signing an autograph for kids. The candid photographs to go along. It's almost like a dichotomy. You have like this high-tech product. What the heck is this? And then they have the human aspect on the back. A lot of times they'll have this is their first name. Maybe it's their nickname. Cliff Robertson. Look at that. Just look at that artistry. Here's the draft choices that they had. So this is rookie cards. Kendall Gill. Craig Hodges. Here's a great example. The Beast, Mark Eaton, Utah Jazz. But on the back, he's kicking an Olin Mills style. Love it. So it's an interesting dichotomy. It really is. You have this technological advanced card, and then very often in the background, maybe not this one, you'll have those candid type of shots. One of the greatest examples you've been looking at this whole time, this is Michael Jordan. So obviously many of us have seen this front, but the back, there he is. Probably has a couple hundred down on that hole. So that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. Pay some homage to two very influential entities in music and in sports card collecting. KRAFTWERK and SKYBOX. So thanks so much again for watching. I appreciate you all. And again, I would love to hear, what are your thoughts? Agree, disagree, opinions? What are some other bands and some other card series that really changed the game, that moved the needle? that really resonate with you. Love to hear it down below. Again, thanks so much for watching. Have a good one, everyone.